Well, now it's time to say hello to tonight's guests. One is a multi-award-winning actor, the other is a multi-award-winning comedian, and they just happen to be the best of friends.
Yes, please welcome Russell Crowe and Jimmy Carr. Oh, welcome to the show, the both of you. I hear you're very good friends as well. Tennis partners or enemies?
I told you.
Tennis partners or enemies are what I want. Because I hear you play tennis together.
We do, actually, yeah.
Who's the better of the two?
What, at tennis?
Yes.
We're teammates.
This guy?
Yeah? Oh, right.
I'm clearly better. I look much more like Roger Federer than you do.
You do. You win that.
Yeah, I look like kind of...
You win that.
I belong in Roger Federer's attic, kept for parts.
What was that major tournament where he lost and he was... No, don't worry about that. Yeah, but you do.
You do.
I've cried a few times. Yeah, weirdly, we are friends. It's slightly embarrassing. They say never meet your heroes, but I think he's coped with it remarkably well.
So listen, Russell, I'm going to start with you because we know all about your successful film career, of course, but there is this huge passion, huge passion and this very successful side to you making music as well. How easy is it for you to juggle both those things? Because you've always done both. Yeah,
I always have. The last time, actually, I was in this room, we played a song here. That would have been 2017, and we were playing at the Union Chapel, but we're on tour again in the UK and Ireland and France and Italy and America, and we're also going to South America this time around as well, starting a bit later in the year. So I think we're playing in London at the O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire. You know the date. Just to remind you, it's July 24th, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So music's always been a part of what I do. You know, when I was a little kid, I made that decision that I was gonna, whatever it was, I was gonna live a creative life. And the first step forward with that was stepping on a stage with guitar to sing a song. So somehow that led to feature films. But I cycle back into the music because it's just. The adrenaline hit of it is just good for the heart,
Let's have a listen to one of your songs, shall we? It's called Let Your Light Shine. In his element.
So that's you with the Gentleman Barbers, and that song looks like it would be a blast to perform live, is it?
Yes, it is, very much so. A lot of fun. Actually, Jimmy's going to do a gig with us at the Coliseum.
Oh, in Rome, your old office.
Yeah. Maximus returns to the Coliseum.
Wow.
And he's got
that should have been the end of the movie.
With him. What was that?
That should have been the end of the movie. You should have opened a pizzeria.
Yeah, well, that's what I was planning on doing that.
But you are playing there. I mean, what an incredible venue to be going to.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Am I being fed to a lion? What's my part in this?
Yeah, well, let me talk to you about that later. We'll get this done first. We'll talk about, those sort of things a bit later on.
I'll be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we get to play at the Coliseum. We get to play at the ancient amphitheatre in Pompeii. We play in Ascoli Piceno, Siena. We're doing like 15 concerts in Italy.
This is a dream tour, but these gigs as well, the ones that you're doing in the UK, they're called indoor garden parties, so it's not like a typical gig, is it? It's a bit different. Well,
indoor garden party is the umbrella of what I happen to be doing musically at the moment, and this tour is basically going to focus on stuff I've been doing with a band called the Gentleman Barbers, and we got a new album coming out that'll be out before the tour starts. The album's called Pros and Cons, P-R-O-S-E, and Cons. It's a play on words, Jim. I'll explain that later. Anyway, but let's talk about Jimmy.
Really? No, we got more to go on.
I'm getting a lot of response.
You're Russell Crowe.
I'm aware.
Yeah, of course you're getting a lot of shine.
We got to talk to you about Glastonbury as well, because you're going to be playing at Glastonbury. What you got planned for people?
Yeah, we've known about that for quite a few months, but not allowed to talk about it. And it finally got announced the other day, so we can freely discuss it. Yeah, on the 29th of June, on the Saturday night, we're playing in the acoustic tent at Glastonbury.
Oh, fabulous. Have you been before?
I've never been.
You've never been?
Never been.
It's extraordinary. It is one of those extraordinary cultural phenomena.
What's funny is I go around talking to people, everybody has like their Glastonbury story and their exciting moments and all that, but we had a very efficient, disciplined way of doing Glastonbury. We'll be driven in, we'll do our show, we've got 2 hours to have a look around, then we have to drive to an airport to fly to Dublin. Because it's the beginning of the tour, so we've got to kind of keep the reins on everything.
I would say, if you're watching this and you have tickets for the Dublin gig, I'd say they might be refundable. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't reckon he's going to make it.
No way we're missing
I've been to see the band a couple of times and a few drinks were had. I imagine there may be celebrations. Planes may be missed.
Russell, while you're here, I've got to quickly ask you, because you've got family in the UK, haven't you? And I've heard you're a Leeds United fan. Why and how? That's too deep, I'm sorry.
So, in the early 70s, after I finished playing my own sport, whether it was rugby or cricket or whatever, you'd go home and you'd be hanging out, and there was 3 channels back in those days, and in the middle of the day you had either a gardening show, some Swami doing a yoga show, or Match of the Day. So we'd tune in and watch Match of the Day, and Leeds were quite a successful team in the early 70s.
They were indeed.
So they were on the TV quite a lot.
They were.
And my brother chose Liverpool and I chose Leeds.
They're on the way back. They're on the way back.
They absolutely are. And a little while ago, I'm not sure if I told you this, I've taken a little tickle on Leeds.
Oh, yeah? You got
I got contacted by a guy who was on behalf of the 49ers family.
Yeah.
And so we put a little trust together. So, you know, it's a pumpteenth, but, you know, I'm a part owner of Leeds United.
Of Leeds?
He is indeed.
Oh, wow.
Keys to the city next, Russell. It's got to be on the cards. Very best of luck with it all. The UK leg of Russell's indoor garden party starts in Warrington on the 4th of July. Jimmy, I mean, comics are very, very kind of particular about their venues, their rooms that they play, and he
will play anywhere. Particular about their rooms.
But you have preferences, right? Like,
well, if you mean when he has a dressing room, he asks if the door can go all the way to the floor. That's about it.
No, I'll play pretty much anywhere. I will play anywhere. I'm doing loads of theatre sort of this year and next, and then I'm doing a bunch of arenas at the end.
OK, so this is with Jimmy Carr Laughs Funny, the tour that's coming up. So when you do, like, the big arena shows versus the small theatre ones...
I normally do them overseas.
But what's the difference? Does it feel different to you on stage?
Not massively. No, I mean, I still do crowd work, even in a really big room, because that's kind of a big part of the show, is kind of joining in and messing around with people. But there's cameras in a big theatre. It feels like more of an occasion. It's sort of fun. It's more like... I quite like that thing of imposter syndrome, like feeling a bit like, huh, there's a lot of people turning up to see me. Sure hope I'm funny. It's kind of nice, because you get so used to... I mean, playing in front of 1,000 people is a privilege. Never mind, 15,000. But you kind of want to feel like a little bit out of your comfort zone, always. So I put those in kind of at the end.
It's a huge tour, Jimmy. There's going to be a few shows that are going to have, what, 2 shows a night?
All of the shows are 2 shows a night.
Are they really? All of them are 2 shows?
So I do a 7 and a 9:30 show. And the reason, I'll tell you a little secret, I had a problem with the tax man. So it's 1 for me, 1 for them. So come to the second show, because that one's for me. I care more about that one. They've never said anything funny. I've still got to pay them.
Jimmy, your last tour was watched by over 1 million people, 45 countries.
There's no refunds. I'm not interested.
It's just been turned into a new comedy special on Netflix called Natural Born Killer. Now, let's take a look.
You can't go around apologising for jokes. They're jokes. So I've got a plan. The next time I get cancelled over a joke, the next time I upset people with a joke, I'm going to come out on the day of the cancellation. I'm going to make a statement, a public statement. I'm going to say, I've rehearsed this, I'm going to say, I'm sorry. And the people that I've offended will say, you don't really mean that apology. And I'll say, so you're saying I could say something and not mean it. Now you're getting it.
It's a fair point, it's a fair point. You know, on the kind of, like, subjects of, like, cancel culture and so on and so forth, like, people have been, say, like, quite critical of your jokes at times.
Oh, what?
You know they have, Jimmy. Let's not go down this road.
Show, mate.
Listen, I was listening to you on the Diary of a CEO today, and you have a serious side.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to figure out, like, does it ever get to you, kind of that side of it, when people are criticising your style, or
I think jokes are like
where
magnets.
your humour goes sometimes.
Jokes are like magnets.
Yeah.
They attract some people. Loads of people come and see me and they really enjoy their night out and we have fun and they're just jokes.
Yeah.
But like magnets, jokes attract and they repel.
Yeah.
Some people are repelled by my jokes and they're sat at home now writing to Points of View trying to get me cancelled. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
it's a fair point.
It doesn't really... I think it's different. Like, criticism is fine.
Yeah.
Cancellation is the new burning books.
Yeah.
Whereas I think criticism is absolutely valid. I'm not for everyone. I've got a strong flavour.
When it comes to this show, though, you've directed it as well. So how does that work when you're...
You get paid twice.
Centre stage. But when you're centre stage performing, Jimmy, I mean, from a technical point of view...
Oh, well, that was about, like... sometimes, some comedy specials that I watch, I love comedy and I watch so much of it, but I get bored with it being the same 3 shots. So I wanted it cut with the rhythm of the jokes, and I wanted lots of zooms and pans and things, and I thought it would be... And I've got friends that are actors, so I wanted to show off.
But the main reason is because he wanted to get paid twice.
Yeah. We figured that out, I think, yeah.
Now, Jimmy, no matter where you are in the world, there's someone very special who you always take with you. This guy, knitted Jimmy Carr. I can't believe he's not called Jimmy Cardigan. That feels like an error to me. Here he is in New Orleans.
Pretty good.
Here he is in Berlin.
Oh, yeah, Sunday night.
Here he is in good old Swansea, too.
Yeah, we get around.
And where's he tonight? Why is he not with you now?
Well,
not good enough for us, Jimmy?
He's already... I'm playing Milwaukee tomorrow night.
Oh, OK,
so
he's on the way.
already on the way to Milwaukee with my trusty tour manager, Gav. Right, Gav?
Fair enough.
So, yeah, those are our suitcases. Yeah, he's on the road. So we just started... You know that movie, Amelie? I saw that movie years ago, Amelie, and they've got the little postcards with the...
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And we did that, and someone made us a little knitted doll and brought it to a show, and it's like a really... People bring sweet stuff to the show, and we went, oh, we'll use that instead of just doing a photo of me, because I look dishevelled and awful in the...
Well, it's such a good idea that we thought we would carry it on, because, Russell, we heard that you had a big birthday, 60th, a couple of weeks ago, so we've got a little gift for you from the same artist who knitted Jimmy Cardigan, Tracy Holdsworth. Thank you, Tracy. Here is your Russell crochet.
Absolutely.
He's got a little Gretsch.
I had no
He's
idea you were
got a little
homeless.
Gretsch guitar. He's got a glittery beard.
I'm sorry, I don't have any spare change.
Will you take him on tour with you?
Come on, Russell,
I mean,
you have to take it. Look at the guitar on it.
Jimmy will take him on tour with him. Yes, he will. There you go, Jim. Here's another little mate. You can hang out together.
Well, I already look like a ventriloquist dummy. It looks like you're operating me now.
Isn't he tremendous?
That's pretty
He's
great,
got a
isn't
little
it?
whammy bar on his
love it.
guitar and everything.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Look at that.
Oh, no, that's
Pretty
an
great.
art form.
Take him on tour. Take him to the
Is your one
Colosseum.
that
Take him in.
big?
Got a mate,
I've
mate.
always
Mine
thought it
one's
was
not that
smaller.
big. Mine one's a little bit smaller than that. But then, you know, show business.
I got you to say that on TV.
Thank you very much, both of you. Jimmy's comedy special, Natural Born Killer, is on Netflix now, and his tour, Jimmy Carr Laughs Funny, kicks off on the 1st of May. Russell, we've got another little treat for you now, because we
Treats
saw
everywhere.
this... Well, we like to spoil our guests. We saw this gorgeous picture. You put it up on social media. A newborn foal on your farm in Australia.
That's quite a few years ago now. She's actually a big horse now. She's already doing equestrian competing.
Oh, I love that. Well, listen, so many messages coming in for you guys tonight. Jimmy, Callum says, I'm a big fan. Who were the comics you most looked up to when you were starting out?
I guess I'd probably, like everyone in the UK, Billy Connolly was kind of the big one. And then as I got more into it, it's like people like Chris Rock, who's still my favourite, still the greatest, I think, pound for pound.
Russell, we've got a message for you here. It says, Keelan says, I just want to say that you are my favourite actor and now musician. I can't wait to hear you live.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Brilliant.
Love that. Thank you so much to Russell and Jimmy for being on the sofa with us tonight.
Yes, and joining Alex and myself tomorrow will be Ted Lasso star Hannah Waddingham and singer-songwriter Tom Walker, plus Matt Allwright will be here with Watchdog. We'll see you then. Good night.